morning students. In today's class we are going to see the new concept called lines and angles. Okay, so before going to exactly to this concept, we will revise some basic terms, some definitions, whatever we have learned in our previous classes. Okay, here basic terms and definitions. So first we will see what is a point. Yes, you know what is a point. A point is a geometrical object which will going to show a position. A point is represented by a dot. Yes, a point is represented by a dot. Now see here, I am going to tell A is a point which is going to show the position, right? A point will going to show the position. See, it is represented by a capital letter of the English alphabets. Okay, see here X is a point. We are going to tell what this point will show. The point will show the position of the object. Now see, what is a line? Now suppose I will tell that here AB is a line. What is that line? So line means here a line does not will have end points, right? A line does not going to have a end points. So it can be extended from both these sides, right? Now how we will going to represent symbolically this line AB? Now see here line AB is represented by okay, AB arrowhead. Here to give both side arrowhead. And symbolically we are going to represent a line like this. Now see, next we will see what is line segment. See, you have learned all this, right? Just we are revising. What is line segment? A line segment is a part of a line which has two end points. Yes, which has end points. See here. Suppose you take this as a line. Okay, I want to take this as a line. Now see here, what is the definition of line segment? Means a line segment is a part of a line. It is a part of a line which has two end points. See here, I am going to tell here AB. AB is a line segment. See here, it has end points, right? Here it has end point. The length of the line segment is fixed. Yes or no? The length is going to be fixed in a line segment. What is line segment? A line segment is a part of a line which has two end points. Now see, here line segment AB is represented by say AB bar. See, like this we are going to represent symbolically line segment AB as. Okay. Next we will see what is ray. What is ray? A ray is also a part of a line, but it has only one end point. See. Now see, I am going to call XY is a ray because in a ray we have only one end point. Okay, one end point. So this can be extended further. Okay, a ray is also a part of a line which has one end point in a ray. What about a line segment? A line segment is also a part of a line which has two end point or two fixed points. Here one fixed point is there in a ray. See how we will represent symbolically a ray. See here here ray xy, here ray xy is represented by, see here, xy, say only one arrow like this I am showing because it will go on extending, right? This is about ray. So next we will see what are collinear points. The next definition is what are collinear points. Collinear points. See here, if three or more points lies on a same line is called a collinear points. See here, if three or more points lie on the same line, then they are called collinear points. Otherwise, what is the opposite of collinear points, students? Yeah, very good. It is non-collinear points. Now see here, if three or more points lie on the same line, then they are called collinear points. See here. Now see here, 3 points, right? If they are going to lie on the same line, okay? If they are going to lie on the same line, what going to lie? If 3 or more points are lying on the same line, then these points are called collinear points. See here, x, y and z are collinear points. Okay, then we will see the non-collinear points. See here, now tell me, here x, y, z are lying on the same line? No, okay, they are not lying on the same line. This is nothing but if I join this, see here, the 3 points are lying on different side, right? What we can tell here, x, y and z are non-collinear points. Non-collinear points. Okay, so you can see here x, y, z are not lying on the same line. So next we see what is angle. What is angle? Angle means here, two rays. These are the two rays, okay? Angle CAB I will tell. So two rays which is having a common vertex. Which is that common vertex? A. Two rays, or we can tell two rays which have a common end point. Will going to form a angle. Yes or no? Here which are the two rays? AC and AB are two rays which have a common end point, that is A. Here it is going to form an angle. So which angle is forming here? Here angle CAB. or we can tell BAC. How we will represent it symbolically? See, angle CAB or angle BAC. Say both are C. Okay. So you can't write ACB. Yes or no? What is the angle definition? Two rays which have a common end point will going to form a angle. Okay. In symbolically, how we will write angle CAB or angle BAC. Now see here AC and AB. Here ray AC and ray AB are called arms of the angle. Are called arms of the angle. Okay, and this A is called vertex of the angle, and A is called vertex of the angle. Understood? Two rays which have a common end point will going to form a angle. In symbolically, how will represent angle? Like this. See, in symbolically here we can write angle CAB or angle BAC. See here, AC and AB are called arms of the angle, and A is called vertex of the angle. Now we will see what are the types of angle. Now we will see what are the types of angles. The first one is acute angle. Okay, what is acute angle? You have learnt already. Tell me, students. An angle which measures an angle that measures less than 90 degree is called acute angle. Yes or no? An angle that measures less than 90 degree is called acute angle. Say suppose I take 60 degree. Is 60 degree less than 90 degree? Yes, 30 degree, 40 degree. What we can tell? An angle that measures less than 90 degree is called acute angle. So what about right angle? Right angle means an angle that measures 90 degree. An angle that measures 90 degree is called right angle. Okay? What? Angle that measures 90 degree is called right angle. Say next, what is obtuse angle? Obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means an angle that measures more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree is called obtuse angle. What we can tell? An angle that measures less than 90 degree and greater than, an angle that measures greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree is called obtuse angle. What is obtuse angle? An angle that measures greater than 90 degree, okay, but less than 180 degree is called obtuse angle. Now see, if I take one here 120 degree, okay, angle X, Y, Z. Now see, this is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Such angles are called obtuse angle. That should be greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So now we will see what is straight angle. What is straight angle? An angle that measures 180 degree is called straight angle. See here. Okay, you can tell this is nothing but a 180 degree. An angle that measures 180 degree is called an straight angle. Next we will see what is reflex angle. This all you learn, no? Just we are revising this. What is reflex angle? An angle that measures more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called an reflex angle. What is that? An angle that measures greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called reflex angle. Okay, next we will see what are complementary angles. What are complementary angles? Now see here, two angles are called complementary angle. Two angles are called complementary angles if the sum of their magnitude is if the sum of their magnitude is 90 degree. Now see here ABC is one angle of 30 degree. DEF is an angle of 60 degree. Now see here, two angles are called complementary angles if the sum of their magnitude is 90 degree. Now say add this. What is 30 degree plus 60 degree? It is nothing but 90 degree. Okay, here angle ABC plus angle DEF is going to form an angle of 90 degree. Two angles are called complementary angle if the sum of their magnitude is 90 degree. Here angle ABC and angle DEF are called complementary angles. Now we will see what are supplementary angles. Now we will see what are supplementary angles. See, two angles are called supplementary. Two angles are called supplementary. Supplementary. If the sum of their magnitude is, sum of their magnitude is 180 degree. Okay, now we will see. ABC is an angle of 120 degree and DEF is an angle of 60 degree. See, here two angles are called supplementary if the sum of their magnitude is 180 degree. See, what is 120 degree plus 60 degree? It is 180 degree. Here angle ABC and angle DEF are supplementary angles. Yes or no? Are supplementary angles. Why? Because 120 degree plus 60 degree is 180 degree. The sum of their magnitude is 180 degree. So next we will see what are adjacent angles. So the next definition is adjacent angles. See, two angles are called adjacent. Yeah, two angles are called adjacent if they have a common vertex, common arm, and two arms are on the opposite side of the common arm. Okay, I will explain you here. Now see, here angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angle. Why? Means here two angles are called adjacent angle if they have common vertex. Vertex should be same. Common vertex. Second point, common arm. Common arm. Third one, two arms are on the opposite side of common arm. See here, two angles are called adjacent angle. Okay, here I am going to tell angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angles. What is an adjacent angle? Two angles are called adjacent angles if they have a common vertex. See here angle AOB and angle BOC have common vertex O. Common arc. What is the common arc here? See here, angle AOB and angle BOC. For both these angles, OB is the common arc. This is the point number 2. Two arms are on the opposite side of common arc. See here, the remaining two arms, these two arms are there, are on the opposite sides of the common arc. If these three conditions satisfied means, then that angles are going to tell a adjacent angle. Once more I will tell, two angles are called adjacent angle when if they have a common vertex, common arc, two arms are on the opposite side of common arc. Here the remaining two arms should be on the opposite side of a common arc. Okay, here these two angles are going to satisfy the condition of adjacent angles. Therefore, these two angles are adjacent angles. So next we will see what is linear pair. The next definition is linear pair. Now see here, two adjacent angles are called linear pair if their sum of magnitude is 180 degree. Now see here, in the figure BOC, right? In the figure BOC and AOC are adjacent angles. Yes or no? See here, these two are adjacent angle. What is the condition? For adjacent angle, they should have a common vertex. Here common vertex is there, that is O. Second condition is common arc. They have a common arc. Two arms are on the opposite side of common arc. Here the two arms are on the opposite side of the common arc. Therefore, angle AOC and angle BOC are adjacent angle. Yes or no? Now see, what is the definition of linear pair? Two adjacent angles are called linear pair if their sum of magnitude is 180 degree. Now add this. What is 130 degree plus? 130 degree plus 50 degree. It is nothing but 180 degree. Therefore, we can tell that angle AOC and angle COB is equal to linear pair, and those will going to form a linear pair. So what we can tell? Angle AOC and angle COB are adjacent angle. Yes or no? So two adjacent angles are called linear pair if the sum of magnitude is 180 degree. Here two angles are nothing but a linear pair because the sum of the magnitude is 180 degree. So in next class we will continue, okay, the basic definitions again we will continue. Okay, thank you. See you in the next class.